And we're live. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello and good afternoon, wherever you are. It's noontime here in Singapore, and welcome to Halal Stock Hunters Hot Picks. So we are going to be looking at a couple of interesting stocks that we've discovered over the past couple of days, actually. And I think today you'll be quite interested to know it's got a cybersecurity theme to it. So my name is Afik, Chief Finance Engineer at Fast Finance, co-founder at Halal Investing Network, and this is my good friend
are the co-founder of Halal Investing Network and founder of Procurers Network.
Awesome stuff. So let's have a look. There we go. You can see my slides. Welcome, Halal Stock Hunters. We're going to try to uncover halal gems in the stock market. First pick for today is Varonis Systems. So there's a cybersecurity company, and I was just doing some reading, which in my opinion is super, super interesting because lots of cybersecurity companies go from the outside in, where they're trying to harden, your shell, prevent external attacks, trying to make sure that your security systems are in place. Whereas Varonis, on the other hand, focuses on internal metadata. They're trying to find the link between user behavior and the data generated. And so they call it user behavior analytics. So what they're trying to do is trying to find out whether there are actually activities within an organization that lead to a cybersecurity breach or a data loss. And that's super interesting because lots of cybersecurity firms, as you probably know, like for example, we have our antiviruses, we have our server hardening and all that, and that's trying to prevent people from coming in. And so Varonis is trying to see whether they can determine whether the breach comes from inside out. So now talking about short term a little bit, it had pretty good earnings last quarter, and we're looking at the charts, and it seems that it could be a buying opportunity. And on that note, I'm going to throw it to my good friend Adi Ismail. Adi, all yours.
Okay, thanks, Afik. Can you allow me to share the screen?
Oh, sorry. There you go. All done, all yours.
All right, so let's look at Varonis. And as Afik has mentioned, it is actually a stock that is giving good earnings. So fundamentally, it is a good stock. We have that covered, plus it's in cybersecurity. So as you can see, guys, this is the weekly chart. So I want to start with a chart that's on the longer time frame. And as you can see, let's just draw the resistance and support levels. So we have resistance seen at around the $75 mark, as well as support at around the $42 mark, right? So this is the resistance, and we have support here at this moment, right? So if we could just draw this slanting line, we have a bullish pattern actually. Okay, we see that price have actually moved up from lows of around $15, and then it has pushed up, and then it went into this pennant, right? This shape here, and has now broken out here. It has broken out to the upside, right? And look at this candle, right? This is a beautiful bullish engulfing candle, which tells us that a lot of buyers have come into this stock, right? So of course, with great earnings and all that, you might say that that's one of the reasons that's pushing this particular stock up. But we did some research on this stock as well, and this stock is basically is very a data-centric stock, and we believe that it has a more upside, and possibly this is the best time to actually enter, because there is, of course, at this moment a price magnet towards the $75 mark. So if we buy it now at around $66.50, $75, we have about $350 plus $8.50. That's about close to 10 to 12% upside returns, right? However, I have also drawn the Fibonacci tool, and you can see that the 1618 mark is around the $110. So once it breaks this particular resistance level, we can expect price to actually move up fast towards the 11094 if the bullish momentum continues, right? However, we need to also look at the downside. If let's say we see this particular slanting line broken, then we can, let me just clear the chart a bit. right? So if let's say we see this particular support line broken, which is the slanting line, then we can expect price to actually fall back to the lows of $42.54, right? Of course, we see that there is support also at this level here at around the $55 mark. So this could be our first support, but failing to hold, it might actually fall back here. And once it falls back there, if it breaks this area, it will go down towards the next support level at around the $16 mark. All right. So at this point, however, guys, we are not seeing that yet. All right, we are not seeing that yet. The bearish, the bulls are still in this stock, and we are seeing much more of a bullish structure at this moment. So yes, Afiq, what do you think of this stock, Afiq?
I think it looks like it could be going up. And from a long-term perspective, I would like it to be put into my portfolio. I mean, I look at their fundamentals, their earnings are pretty good. They've got a very, very good track record. And of course, thinking longer term, I mean, cybersecurity is something that's super, super important as the world goes more and more into tech. And it's not enough to just say, hey, it's a tech company, let's buy it now. It's not that. We got to do our own due diligence and our own, analysis. And from a fundamentals perspective, I think this could be a company that will require, or rather the world will require their services and their products in the long term. So I would say long term, I'm definitely adding it to my personal portfolio. And for our Halal Investing Network viewers, if you're watching, I think I would say high conviction on this. What do you say, Adi?
Yeah, I think we can actually have some of these stocks in our portfolio. Why don't we actually, we can actually buy at this current price, or the next price to buy is at around, when it retraces back to 62.93. But yeah, so it's either or. In the past, I think we have actually, not actually got in at the current market price, and the price never looked back, and we missed out. Right.
So if we were to go in today, what's our TP1, take profit one, and TP2 and stop losses?
We can always go for 74, the last high, as our TP1, and then our next TP2, we can put it around the $100 mark, round number.
All right, $100. And folks, if you just only now tuning in, the reason why we look at round numbers is because it is a psychological magnet. Humans, we like round numbers. We like tens, we like 50s, we like hundreds, and would you see something that's other than if it's a sale at $99.99, which sounds better? $99.99 if it's a sale versus $100. We all wanted to hit a nice round number. And so our first TP1, take profit one, is at $74. TP2 is at 100. Now, if today's pricing is at about 66, let's look at our rules. And our rules for our stop loss would actually dictate that this should go down, that our stop loss should be at $59, $58, $59. Am I about right?
I think that we should try to place our stop loss below these lows here. So we might want to put it around $50.
All right. SL1 is at $50. That's locked in. And so, folks, if you're watching us and you're thinking of following our trades, be mindful, do your own due diligence, check your risk profile. Please do everything, because we do this just for you and for education and entertainment purposes only. Any last words on Varonis Systems, Adi?
Yep, I'm actually bullish on this stock. And of course, you need to actually, if you ever buy and sell stocks, you need to have proper risk management. And that is why we have stop loss as well as exit strategies in terms of our take profit level 1 and level 2.
Super, super, super important to have a plan, folks. I saw this quote a long time ago, and I've been using it almost every day in my other courses and when I teach people. An idiot with a plan can beat a genius without a plan. So always have your plans. So on that note, folks, that's Varonis Systems, VRNS. Tune in for our next segment, where we're going to cover the next very interesting stock, also in cybersecurity. Look out for that. This is Afiq, Chief Finance Manager at Fast Finance, and that's my good friend
RD from Pro Traders Network and Halal Investing Network.
Alhamdulillah.